The master race, console gamers. We all know the names. Now let's go ahead and hit that power button and boot right up into our first point, which is going to be about performance. Our second point, benefits, and the money that you will be saving from getting a computer. First thing, we're going to get to the performance. For a computer, you have a lot of choices, but today I chose a specific amount to match the same price as an Xbox on its release date. First thing we're going to be going over is the processor. For that, I chose a Intel i3, which costs around $118, depending on what season it is in, but currently it is $118. The next thing we're going to be going over is the motherboard, which is going to be $54, so it's a little bit of a cheaper end, but that's not too bad because the processor and what I'm about to go over is going to make up for it. For the graphics card, we're spending a little bit more money. We're going to be buying the RX 470, and that's going to be $200, which is a lot of money, but it's a lot of power to power your game. Next thing we're going to be going over is the memory, which is also known as RAM, and we're going to get around 8 gigabytes. If you don't know what that means, it's like storage, but for gaming. Then we're going to figure out what hard drive we need so you can like store photos or your games or anything like that. And we're only going to get a little bit of storage for that. You can upgrade that later on when you get your situation settled. But for now, we're only going to be spending about $22. And then the next thing we need to power the system. So for that, I chose a power supply that has 430 watts, which will only cost you around $30. And then next is the case. This is fun because you get to customize this part. You can customize everything, but the case is the most fun to me. And you can choose from a variety of expenses. You can spend anywhere from like nothing to a lot of choices, as you can see. On an Xbox, you don't have a lot of customization. You're kind of stuck with what you buy. Or on a PlayStation, it's vice versa. Also, on the Xbox or PlayStation, your performance is also restricted because you cannot upgrade your parts. You can add storage, but that's about it because everything is restricted for console playing and performance on console. And right here is a bunch of numbers which none of you probably understand, but it's a graphics card or graphics comparison of the Xbox to the computer, specifically the graphics card I chose. And as you can see based on the numbers, there's 2,048 cores compared to just 768 cores in the graphics card unit, which is a big difference in the graphics world. Now we're going to be going to the benefits of a console compared to a PC. First, we're going to be looking at internet. On consoles, you have to pay for your multiplayer experience, which is horrible. And on the computer, all you have to do is have an internet provider. Xbox Live is around $40 to $60 for a year. You can pay monthly, which is around $11.99, and then on PlayStation it's around $49.99 yearly, and then the same amount monthly for as Xbox. Then we're going to look at the games in the marketplace. The games in the marketplace, there's plenty of games on both systems, but on the computer there's a lot more games because it's been around for a lot longer, and there's a lot more genres that not so many people know about. A few extra things is one extra genre there is on a computer that Xbox doesn't exactly experience is strategy games. There's games that have open world that have so many components in it that an Xbox controller just can't really control that environment, and there's just so many things you have to control. A few examples would be like Civilization or like Rimworld. On the computer, you also have Steam, which is a really fun marketplace for buying games. You can buy them from any genre, and the prices on Steam vary, and prices on the computer drop a lot faster than on Xbox over time because you're not as forced to get them, and more games come out from different genres. which allows for a lot more experience compared to the Xbox. And the storage of games you get to keep practically forever on computer, because you can still to this day play Windows 64 games, but you can't play original Xbox games really on Xbox One, or like PlayStation 1 games on the PlayStation 4, for example. Then we're going to get to like how much money do you actually save from a console to a computer. For an Xbox, the starting price of the Xbox One when it first released after the 360 was $499. It has changed now to $299, and it's dropping over time because newer versions are coming out. But the price, the PC that I built today was also $500 on the spot, and it runs a lot better. And then there's an Xbox One X that just came out, which is an update of the Xbox One, which is also $499 currently, and that will probably drop, but it is also the most expensive console on the market right now. Over time, you can also upgrade a computer, which is a lot cheaper because in the long run, as you upgrade, you spend less money over time. But when you're buying a console, you have to spend money like exactly right there, and that you can't change that console. On a computer, it's already better if you spend, as I showed, like $500, and as you upgrade, your computer will just get better and better, and it lasts longer because of its performance. And then my recap is I first went over performance comparison, benefits, and then I went over why you save money. And that's the end.